Notice anything different? Wrapped my eyebrows? If you did, you'd guess correctly. I got my first eyebrow lamination today. They're looking a little different. They're also looking a little red, a little swollen, and a little bloody. So forgive me on that. And the next 6 weeks, I'm gonna have beautiful eyebrows. So I think it'll all be worth it. Anyway, hi, I'm Isis. If you've never seen my face before, or if you're coming back, thank you for returning. I really appreciate it. Today, I would like to have a chat about something that oftentimes when I discuss it with people, it's controversial. However, let me make it clear before I dive in. This is my opinion. This is how I manage my own life. I'm not trying to force this on anybody, but I just want to make my position clear because it's something I am pretty passionate about in terms of my communication and relationships with other people. I'm very forthcoming about this. I also hate that I even have to say this, but like, this is not about anybody. Like, I don't know how else to say that without it making it seem like, oh, someone really affected me and I need to make this video. That's not the case at all. It's also not like anybody asked for this video. So the reason I'm making this video, to be completely honest, is because it's very late at night and this is when I find myself the most philosophical and talking, and I won't shut up. It's actually a problem. My entire life, my parents have said that after 10 p.m. I become a different person, and in my opinion, that is when I become my truest self. Some call it sundowners. I call it sun-uppers. I don't have sundowners. I shouldn't be joking about that. Anyway, forgiveness. Ooh, scary word. I have talked about my opinion about forgiveness here and there, but let's just put everything on the table. Let's get it out of my system. Let's discuss. So Google defines forgiveness as the action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. I don't know about all of you, but when I was in school, I was taught to never define a word with the word. So the definition of forgive is stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. There we go. That's what it means, and it's pretty much universally agreed upon. But I think for me, I also see forgiveness as being able to understand how the person made such mistake and how I can move on towards that together with them. Because I think ultimately I stop feeling upset in situations when I can understand and can come to some sort of resolution through conversation. And let me make myself very clear, I think forgiveness is universally a wonderful thing. I also think it is a precious thing. Giving someone the ability of forgiveness is a gift. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone at some point in their life has wanted to be forgiven for making a mistake. I know I have countless times. That's part of being a human being. But the saying forgive and forget genuinely makes zero sense to me. I don't understand how this could ever be good advice to give someone. I can forgive someone, sure, easy. But why on earth would I want to forget whatever problem led up to this moment? Really, this whole saying should just be forgive. Forget is the worst part of the saying. Conflict almost always leads to some sort of lesson in life. As an example, say you go outside and you didn't wear sunscreen. You're out there for a while and then you get a terrible sunburn and you start peeling and it's terribly uncomfortable. That doesn't mean you're never going to go outside again and have fun. That just means you're going to remember that moment and wear sunscreen for next time so you can move around it. I think the same thing goes for relationships with people. I think it's completely fair to say that if a friend hypothetically breaks your trust, that in the future, if you are able to forgive them, that you probably will be a little wary when it comes to sharing personal information out of fear that could happen again because you're learning a lesson. While that's a negative outcome, it also could be a positive thing if it was put into a different way. Like, two people have an argument, they forgive each other, neither of them forget the root issue, and together they work on it and are able to grow stronger through the conflict. Past experiences, good or bad, but something about working through the bad makes them stand out and makes us who we are today. For suppressing true negativity in hopes of creating some sort of happiness, it's not actually worth it. I would argue that it's this artificial toxic positivity where people think you need to be happy all the time. People are going to wrong you, but that's okay. Like, don't let it affect you. Don't let things get to you, blah, blah, blah. For me, that makes me feel like I'm bottling up my emotions, and that makes me feel like I am not treating myself properly. If something bothers me, instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna be okay, let me be as happy as possible, if something actually affected me, I'm going to let it affect me, I'm gonna let my emotions process, and eventually I'll be able to get through it. Maybe I talk to someone, maybe I write my stuff down, maybe it's me having some alone time, whatever it may be. I think coping through it rather than slapping on a smile is the best solution. Because like, are you really happy, or are you just trying to people please? Are you too afraid of confrontation to stand up for yourself for what is right and what is wrong in your eyes? It doesn't mean that you are right, it doesn't mean that I'm right, but I think you should at least voice your concerns with people that aren't treating you well. So really, I would say never forget. You can forgive someone, but nobody is owed forgiveness. That's always going to be your call. This is when I've been told, oh, Isis, you hold grudges, you hold so much hate, you need to stop that. And that is not at all how I view this. I personally view this as letting go, because if you think about it, there are so many people on this planet and not everybody is compatible. There is no way that is at all possible. You can't please everyone. You can't sacrifice your own happiness at the hands of other people. If someone is bringing you down, you don't have to stay. You don't have to forgive someone because it's the nice thing to do, because it's the right thing to do. Sometimes the right thing to do is to cut ties and move on. This can sound mean and this can sound really scary, but ultimately you and the other person, or however many people involved, are going to move on with their life and let go of all of this. Truthfully, I can only speak for myself. Anytime that I have found myself in a situation where I have chosen not to forgive someone, don't really care about, our relationship anymore, I can still say, I care about them, I wish them well. That is implied, but I can just recognize that I don't like them. I don't want to be around them. I think that's fine, but I'm not sitting up late at night dwelling thinking, oh, I can't stand them, being mean and bashing them. That's not at all what it is. It's moving on, letting go, finding yourself, finding other people that are better for you. If somebody is bringing you down by splitting apart, you are removing negativity from your life. And it goes the other way. If you are the one bringing somebody else down, the other person's going to find their own happiness. You're going to have to sit with that reality. It may be hard, but you are going to also move on and get better and grow stronger from your mistake. I do believe that. And I also believe that you can still maintain in good standing with someone even if you don't forgive them. There are still people in my life that I'm extremely close to that I can view certain instances as, you know what, I can't forgive you for this, however, I'm able to move past that and we've been able to grow stronger from it, but you don't have to say, oh, it's forgiven, like this is okay. It is possible because that has happened in my life. Ultimately, the choice is yours. You can forgive someone or you cannot, but never sacrifice your own happiness at the hands of someone else, because it's not worth it just for a fake smile. And yeah, that was my overly complex explanation on forgiveness, specifically forgive and forget. So yeah, I feel great getting to talk about that, and that is just my opinion and my method for going about these situations. But I am curious if you agree with me or disagree with me, or if there's anything else you want to talk about in terms of forgiveness in the comments. You're also more than welcome to subscribe. I don't make this kind of, I don't even know what this is. This is going to be really fun to edit. But you can subscribe to see whatever the heck I post next. I do not have a niche. I just post whatever brings me joy. Like this video if you want to be forgiven, and dislike this video if you want to be forgotten. Now I have to try to wash my face without wetting my eyebrows, because the eyebrow woman said I couldn't wet them for 24 hours, and she gave me these little eyebrow shower caps that I have to go figure out. So wish me luck with that, and in the meantime, have a magical day.